Okay.
And also because I found an internship in Ericsson, did my master thesis there. That was first time I come across studies research about 5G.
What was your research? What was your thesis about?
At that time, it was about V2X, so a vehicle to everything communication. It was, and it is still now a quite hot topic in terms of 5G because 5G, I mean, the main difference of 5G when compared to 4G is the use of wireless communication in vertical industry, and vehicle to V2X communication is considered as a very typical area or domain, and companies, not only telecommunication companies but also car manufacturers, and no matter OEMs or their vendors, all those car companies, they are also very interested in it. Yeah.
And I mean, it would be maybe the main question: what is actually 5G?
I would say, from the basic performance point of view, it's more, speed is more fast, so higher data rate and high reliability, meaning you lose your packet only 0.0001%, for example, and low latency. I mean, 4G, the typical latency is above tens of milliseconds or 100 milliseconds. And when it comes to 5G, theoretically, the minimum latency can be reached just 1 millisecond.
Mm.
So those are fundamental, performance improvement when compared to 4G. But what does that mean? So why people or companies regard those improvement quite valuable is because the use of wireless communication. If the wireless communication, the performance can be this good, then it can be used for many other purposes other than just video streaming or internet surfing. And what I'm saying is the vertical industry, the vehicle to everything communication, and also industry IoT, when in a factory manufacturing environment, when you want to connect the robot or different devices in your factory with the network, and you want to know you always have uh, and you want to make sure you always have a very reliable wireless connection, because you don't want to lose connection with any robot that might cause damage or even hurt people, right? And yes, and then 5G make it possible.
And the another question based on your explanation is that what is the benefit of 5G for the people? Is it really 5G really comes for the mobile broadband applications like what we have in a mobile phone, or what other dimensions that 5G will address which the previous cellular connection they didn't address? I mean, would be for people really, I mean, will they really touch that? I mean, the difference between the new technologies like 5G than 4G, or is it totally for different areas?
For Well, of course, I mean, for the normal daily uses for normal people, I think the experience of downloading and uploading things would be very much different. Um, so for our daily life, 5G also makes a big difference. Um, I mean, now with 4G network, usually the downloading speed is about 100 megabytes per second. but with 5G, it can goes up to 1 gigabytes per second. So it's like 10 times faster than our current 4G network. And then all those video streaming, live video streaming, podcasting, or will watch a movie online, the experience will be much better. Especially considering the movie quality, the video quality is going up and up. So and that demands quite high downloading speed to make a good user experience. And also the new technique, the visual reality, augmented reality, they are coming too. And the size of the AR or VR video is also much higher than than the normal video we are watching nowadays. So and personally, I don't think 4G can really support AR and VR use cases. So that is also why we need 5G.
Yes, exactly. I mean, there are some announcement for the 5G chipset just for VR technology. So in that case, maybe also the another question comes up is that why we cannot use Wi-Fi for VR, or why we cannot use Wi-Fi in the industry or V2X area.
Well, that's uh, there are two things. First, Wi-Fi is in an unlicensed spectrum, which means everyone else can use it. So, and that means it's not centralized controlled, or it cannot be really controlled by any operator. That means a high chance of interference. That's one thing. And also the fundamental techniques are different. um, and Wi-Fi is a asynchronous system. That 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 means every Wi-Fi device can transmit when they think there is a chance. But in reality, that might cause collision, and as a result, they might delay their transmission. So and those kind of delay or collisions are quite unpredictable, which makes the performance of Wi-Fi not deterministic, which is and to be deterministic and being deterministic is highly demanded by vertical industry use cases like V2X or the industry IoT.
Just
Uh,
one
y-
question about this V2X. Maybe that would be a question about from the audience as well. That what is exactly the data is being transferred between different vehicles or different vehicles with the pedestrian? What actual kind of data is there that you need 5G for it and not LTE or Wi-Fi?
mm, mm, that's a good question. And y- well, that depends on because when we're talking about V2X, it's more like one concept with a lot of use cases if we look into it. And there are use cases which does not really need high reliability or low latency. It could be, for example, every car, every vehicle, they are broadcasting some information about themselves. So who I am, where I am, my speed, my direction, my destination. So such kind of information is more like information sharing, which does not, to be honest, does not really need like high reliability, low latency, etc. But there are also use cases which really need those reliability and low latency things. For example, a car which is remotely driven by a human operator. behind the network, at front of a computer or somewhere else. Right? In that case, we really want the wireless connection is reliable enough. So the human operator is always in the control, and all the information he get via transmitted via the whole network is real-time information. So the latency has to be as low as possible. So if you need only one network that satisfy all your demands, the 5G network is the option.
To get a bit back to your personal life, as a 5G engineer or 5G researcher, what's your life? I mean, what are your tasks? Of course, I know that there is a limitation to worry about all this NDA and all the secure part of the process and all the things, but it would be nice, I mean, for us to know that what do you do as a 5G engineer or researcher?
There are many kind of engineers. Some engineer does some engineers do the development of a real product. Some engineers do research and look into in near future or far future new techniques, and those are called researchers, as you said, and I am a researcher, and it is and as a researcher, it is my task to look into new techniques. I think I can say in this way. So now I'm basically working as a 5G researcher. So we look into new techniques, and personally, I represent my company in the organization 3GPP, so third generation partnership project. That project existed since 3G time. It was founded to produce the standardization for 3G technology, and it was very successful at that time. And then the project continued for the 4G and now for 5G, and in the future, I don't know, for 6G. And right, that's basically what I'm doing now.
How 3GPP works in general, as you are
Mm.
pursuing in that? Who are the 3GPP?
3PP is basically an organization to produce standardization that has to be approved by the different standardization bodies all around the world. So it's a project that hundreds of companies in telecommunication industry participate, and together all the companies, they try to make agreements on how the wireless communication technique should work. I mean, from very details, how you transmit, how does, for example, a mobile phone transmit the signal to a base station, or how does a base station send the signal in downlink to a phone, and how a base station communicate with a core network, how to deliver a packet in IP, TCP, this and that. I mean, everything you can think of that is needed to make the whole wireless telecommunication system work. That and need to be standardized. That's what 3PP is taking care of.
Thank you very much for all the explanations and your time for this interview. Yeah, please tell us your channel as well. You have also nice podcast channel, the family podcast channel that every week you upload a video. Yeah, please tell us that's what's your channel as well.
Yes, thanks. It is also my pleasure to be here today. And yes, I have also my own channel. It's called Saturday Tea. So basically, myself and my wife, um, make video every couple of weeks and to talk about anything that could be interesting to share, new techniques, new phenomenon, or talk or interview people who are quite or interview people who are interesting and successful in different domains. Yeah, you're very welcome to subscribe my channel too.
Yes, I put the link in the description. Please make sure to subscribe the channel, to
Thank
this channel,
you.
and this channel. And yeah,
Thank you very much.
I really wish you a nice, successful career. And yeah, be healthy and be safe.
Yeah, you too.
Bye.
Bye bye.